Hi, I'm Chief Meteorologist Tony Petrarca in the Pinpoint 12 Forecast Center. You've clicked on the Weather Now link. Friday evening, almost 9:45, getting ready for the 10 o'clock newscast. Just want to give you a quick update on what's ahead for the weekend. In the short term tonight, we're tracking some high humidity and low clouds and eventually some fog forming. In fact, some areas have patchy fog already. I'll look back at today, Friday, the high temps reaching the lower 80s, though Taunton was warmer at 86. And we're thinking low 80s away from the coastline for your Saturday afternoon, so similar high temperatures. The shoreline, the beaches should be held into the 70s. I want to show you the dew points. These are the dew points as almost 10 o'clock in the evening. Once you get above 65, 66, you really start to notice the moisture in the air. So the dew points are on the rise, so there's a lot of humidity in the air. And the wind right now is fairly light to calm. So these are all conditions that are ideal for some low clouds and fog to be forming. We have the low clouds right now, and eventually some fog. Now, as of almost the 10 o'clock hour, there's not much out there right now, though westerly, a little tip-off that the fog is already forming out in Nantucket as well. And we do think other locations, especially near the ocean, overnight through early Saturday morning, the visibility reduced in some of that fog. Take a look at what we're watching. Well, the fog overnight through tomorrow morning. It is a mostly dry weekend. Well, for one, we don't see a washout or what we call rain days, where it's just raining all the time, but rather just a small chance of a brief isolated shower each afternoon. But for the most part, it wouldn't cancel any outdoor activities, and for the most part, it's a rain-free and dry weekend. Temperatures really start to shoot up on Sunday, should be well into the 80s, and then the heat building on early next week, Monday and Tuesday, both of those days, at least away from the ocean. Inland, looking at temperatures approaching 90. All right, here's a satellite and radar composite with some low cloudiness overhead right now in the wider view, showing some thunderstorms in upstate New York. It's certainly not a factor in our forecast, and more precipitation offshore, but really not much out there as far as widespread precipitation headed our way. So outside of an isolated shower each day, we don't see too much in the way of rain for your weekend, though the sky conditions will be variable and changing. We do feel as though the best chance for clouds over the weekend would be during the late night and morning hours. In fact, let me walk you through things hour by hour, starting off this evening, and we'll take you through the overnight and into Saturday morning. Let's stop it at about 6 a.m. Clouds, fog, temps in the upper 60s, humid. And as we advance the map into the afternoon around 2 o'clock, the skies start to break apart. I don't think it's a complete clearing, but we'll get some breaks in the overcast to allow for some breaks of sunshine or some hazy sun. And that should do the trick as far as getting temperatures up into at least the lower 80s inland, and near the beaches, temperatures will be held into the 70s. Not much rain. You see a couple of blips well north and west of Providence by late afternoon and early evening, maybe an isolated shower, if that. But again, plan on a mainly dry Saturday. And then what will happen Saturday night, especially late at night, well, the clouds and fog will roll back in. So starting off clouds and cloudy and foggy on Saturday, especially during the early morning, humid, temperatures in the upper 60s, and we'll thin that out to a blend of clouds and hazy sunshine during the afternoon, looking at high temperatures that will range in the low 80s inland and the 70s along the coastline. Beaches kind of slow in the morning. I would think that thick fog likely early in the morning. I mean, we may not thin this out or break it up until noontime at the beaches as far as getting some sun through the cloud cover. Air temperature 76, water 71. Bottom line, the brightest part of the beach would be from roughly late morning and through the afternoon. But again, we're not talking crystal clear blue sky, but rather a cloud hazy sun mixture. Boaters, be mindful of some pretty reduced visibility, some very thick fog at around sunrise through about 10 o'clock in the morning. Thereafter, we'll start to see visibility improving, but it should be pretty thick in most areas during the early morning hours. All right, 7-day forecast shows a warmer Sunday, up to about 86 degrees. And once again, we start with clouds and fog in the morning, turning partly sunny, partly cloudy in the afternoon, warmer and more humid. High temperature topping out at 86, and then we're closing in on 90 Monday, at least inland. Upper 80s to around 90, and the beaches will be more like the upper 70s to around 80, and that heat will continue on to Tuesday as well. So That's your latest update. Watch for some dense fog overnight early tomorrow morning. A little sunshine, at least partially tomorrow afternoon, with temperatures approaching 80. That's your latest Weather Now update. Thanks for logging in. Have a good weekend, and we'll talk to you soon.